Last time you were here, you were a solo host on your show.
That's right.
You did not have a permanent co-host, and now you have Mr.
I have my Ryan Seacrest. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Are you? Yeah, give it up for Ryan, everybody. Is it nice to have someone permanent? Because you basically would just, you would cycle through guest hosts. I've guest hosted.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to be the host, not just of the guests on the show, but you also have to kind of like help the co-host.
Well, first of all, Ryan is like my dream, and he's been a friend of mine for 15 years. So it's nice to go to work with your friends. It's great. But it's weird. I would find myself constantly being terrified of getting sick or falling ill or getting near. If somebody coughed on the street, I would hold my breath for 10 seconds because, as you know, 10 seconds is as long as it takes for germs to evaporate.
A cough.
Right.
A cough only lives 10 seconds.
A sneeze on the subway is like 45 seconds to a minute.
I think it's,
and you're like...
I think currently on the New York subway, sneezes are living 45 minutes.
Probably they could. They could. And then I would find myself constantly worrying about, you know, knowing everything. Not everything. I just mean knowing who the guests were.
Yeah.
And what time it was. And how many seconds, 3 minutes are in real time, in conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you have to really host a talk show to know, do I ask this question or is this long-winded person going to give me a quick
Absolutely. That's a big part of it because someone is telling you how much time you have left.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
and
really
so it was weird because I feel like the show was like a child and you had a different co-parent every day.
I had a different co-parent.
And they would show up and say, is he allergic to nuts?
I know.
You'd be like, yes, he can't.
What are we taking to the school potluck?
So this is very exciting. It must be.
It's nice.
Now, you had many co-hosts, and I've done it. Fred Savage, he's our next guest, has done it.
Fred Savage has done it.
You, in 2006, you had a co-host. He was a very famous television star at the time. He's now president of the United States.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How? I'm just curious, how was he as a co-host?
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
He was great as a co-host. You know what's crazy? He was talking about running for president then. Then. And I remember actively having this conversation with him. I said, he said, everybody wants me to run for president. And I said, who? And he was like, you know, everybody, because I know, you know, I'm good with dealing, you know, all of my business dealings, I'm a negotiator. And I said, but why would you want to do that? Why would you want to give up your life, which is so good? You're not going to be able to go to Florida anymore. Yeah. You're not going to be able to golf every weekend.
Right.
And I was wrong. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can.
You were, in principle, you were right.
In theory, I was right. But now I realize that I'm an idiot, and none of that is true.
No, I will say, if there's anyone who's made me feel like an idiot more, it is this gentleman right here. Because
he proves you wrong every time.
He proves you wrong all the time.
Every time.
But he was a good host. He wasn't, like, nervous or anything?
No,
he wasn't like, I hope I was okay today.
No, he was a great host. No, he came out and he's like, this is going to be the biggest rated show you ever had.
Yeah, that sounds...
And I was like, oh my God, it's amazing.
You guys always do fantastic Halloween costumes on the show, and you trumped it up this year. And that was
they trumped it up. Yes, I know.
Did you hear from him? Did you get any feedback?
I didn't get any feedback from him, which I was thankful for, because after, you know, I heard that there was problems with Melissa McCarthy's portrayal of Sean Spicer, and I heard life became hard because a woman was portraying him, and then I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If he finds out a woman portrayed him, what's going to happen? But then I realized, like, I mean, you know, I'm like Peter Pan at best, so I guess I guess he didn't have to fire himself over that.
Yeah, he survived.
Yeah,
He survived
me
that.
playing him.